Hello there and a very warm welcome to another edition of Channels Beam. I'm Victor Matthias. Now, days after a sustained and collective outcry against acts of alleged impunity by operatives of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, the presidency and the police top hierarchy have finally reacted. The response came after thousands of tweets on EndSARS had gone viral, with most of the complaints tales of woe of victims and their loved ones in the hands of the police officers. Well, should the federal government budge to the demands of the populace, or should the special squad be reorganized? Before we get answers to those questions, let's make a detour and see what made the social cyberspace bubble in the past week.
There was an outcry over the refusal of one of the Nigerian law schools to call to bar a lady who refused to remove her hijab, while argued that it was her fundamental human rights to wear it. Others were of the opinion that rules are rules and must be followed. Manchester City broke the record of most consecutive wins after they nailed Tottenham Hotspurs 4-0 to set a new record of 16 consecutive wins. This includes wins against Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal and Chelsea.
Well, congratulations to all the winners, and those were the trends. Let's now turn our attention to our focus, and we're joined by the head of the Police Public Complaint Rapid Response Unit, ACP Abayomi Shogunle, and the convener of Concerned Nigerians, Deji Adeyanju. Thanks, guys, for joining us on the program. They both join us from Abuja, Nigeria's capital territory. Well, let's begin with the allegations, countless of them, as seen even after the EndSARS hashtag caught the attention of the IGP as well as the president against officers drafted to SARS.
Those who want to end SARS, they are exercising their freedom of thought as guaranteed under the Constitution of Nigeria. And also those who says, who have also shown it through marches on the streets across the country. They are also demonstrating or enjoying their rights to freedom of speech, and freedom of thought. But one thing is very, very clear, that despite the fact that the Constitution has guaranteed freedom of thought, freedom of speech, in so many cases, some belief that is held by some people, in so many cases, might not be in the interest of the nation. And the most important thing is the authorities, that is the agencies, including such agencies, from time to time, they do security analysis, and at the end of the day come out with what they feel will be in the best interest of the nation. If we want to do a referendum on whether internet fraud, popularly known as Yahoo Yahoo, if we want to do a referendum in Nigeria as to whether it should be, the government should give it some kind of backing, should make it legal, between you and I, you know that over 80% of people that will participate will say yes. Yahoo Yahoo should be made legal. But the issue is making Yahoo Yahoo legal Will it be in the best interest of Nigeria?
So now, speaking about human rights organizations as partners, let me read you an excerpt from a report published by Amnesty International, where it says, quote, "A police unit created to protect the people has instead become a danger to society, torturing its victims with complete impunity while fomenting a toxic climate of fear and corruption." How do you respond to that?
Of course, Amnesty International Nigeria is one of our partners, one of the partners of Nigerian Police Force. And as at 2016, sorry, when the report was released, the Nigerian Police Force reacted. And I still remember that the Nigerian Police Force specifically requested Amnesty International to produce verifiable reports, as in to state where and who the victims are. And this particular report, I still remember vividly that my office played a very crucial role in ensuring that Amnesty International had access to requested SARS facilities. They were granted 100% access based on request. And the funny thing about the Amnesty International report is that Amnesty International refused to include the findings, what they saw. You know, they sent in a letter to the Nigerian Police Force in which certain allegations were made, and that they needed to go and verify the allegations if it is true or if it was true or not. And the Nigerian Police Force in 2016 granted Amnesty International full access. But when Amnesty International concluded the visit, which was at the SARS in FCT Abuja, the SARS in Enugu, and the SARS in Anambra State. And at the end of the visitation, and while Amnesty was pushing out the report, they refused to include what they actually saw. As a matter of fact, what Amnesty International discovered at the various facilities where they visited were not the same thing with the allegation.
Oh, well, efforts to get Amnesty International on the program didn't materialize, but in a statement, the country director, Osai Ojigo, said, "Amnesty International is independent and impartial. We investigate and find facts that point that a violation has occurred. We bring it to the attention of the authorities and publicize it. Our work brings to light human rights issues and areas requiring attention so that this can be solved and remedied."